Hey y'all. Hey y'all. Thank you so much for tuning in to this live segment. Thank you for coming in and joining me. I'm going to be real quick. I did not make an announcement about this. I didn't send out any emails about this. I was supposed to go live earlier today and it just didn't work out. But it is what it is. I'm here now and I'm excited to talk to y'all. This is my first live segment of 2026 and we are talking about increasing your confidence, building your confidence in 2026 as a personal stylist. I'm actually about to record a video about this as well, but I want us to go live because I've been trying to stay consistent on YouTube. I've been trying to put out at least 2 videos a week. I released one on Monday, and my goal is to release one on Mondays and Fridays. Previously, I had different dates in mind, different days of the week in mind, but it just ended up working out that way. And I told myself, okay, I'll record a video this morning and I will try to edit it today and I will put it out today. Y'all, that didn't work. I didn't record anything. I'm about to record now and it's almost 6:30. So I said, okay, well, I should just go live. That's considered a video. That's considered content. So this is me going live and remaining consistent to my 2 videos a week. But hey y'all, hey, I am Kristen Johnson. I'm the CEO and founder of a lot of things, 2 businesses, Project Style University, where I help aspiring personal stylists truly transform their love for styling into a profitable business. And I do that with faith. I do that through these videos, and I also do that through courses and one-on-one coaching. I'm also a personal stylist and or style savant as well myself, going on 13 years this year. So I'm excited to be celebrating in June. I'll be celebrating 13 years of just doing what I love, helping women to align their purpose with their presence and truly just helping women to build their confidence. And as a stylist, obviously, I have to have confidence as well. So that's why I'm here to talk to you all about building your confidence as a stylist because it's not easy doing what we do. A lot of people question us. A lot of people, don't want to invest in us. They don't see the value in us. So it's so important to see the value in yourself first before you enter into this industry. But even if you don't see it first and you've entered in, I know I didn't enter in this industry extremely confident. So I say that to say my confidence has grown over time. My confidence has grown the longer I've been in this industry and just keeping faith and keeping pushing, through my career and through my journey. So that's why I'm here today to just quickly talk to you all about 5 different ways to build your confidence as a stylist. So let's get right into it because, like I said, I don't want to spend a ton of time and I still need to record this video for YouTube. So, first things first, you got to practice. Practice makes perfect. Practice makes perfect. But don't fixate on the fact that, I said the word perfect because there is no such thing as perfect. But there is a such thing as being perfect in your own eyes. So, for me, being perfect in my own eyes is just being consistent, putting it out there, not thinking too much into things, not fixating on the fact that something doesn't feel complete, but just pushing it out there, putting it out there, and allowing things to just flow and see what comes of it. So you have to practice. You really have to practice your craft, and you can do that by building your portfolio. You can do that by building your portfolio and really making sure that you are styling different types of people, styling different body shapes, styling different people that have different styles, styling different. I don't know why I'm losing my train of thought. Styling different genders if you're into it. If you're into styling women, style men too, and just get a feel for it. If you're into styling men, style women as well, and just get a feel for it. As a stylist, it's super important to be well rounded. And I say that to say, it's important to know how to style, but it's also important to know a lot of other things. Fabrications, what works with mixing different fabrics, what works with different body shapes, what works with different skin complexions and skin tones. It's so important to be well rounded as a stylist. There are a couple of things that I don't know as a stylist, as far as like how to sew or how to make my own clothing. And that's okay. Like, you don't have to know how to do everything. But the things that you do know, it's important to practice those things so that you can get really good at it. So that way you can be more confident in your craft. Um, Let's see what else I have here. So some other things that you can do, style your friends. I know people always suggest this. Even my friends want me to style them all the time. So styling your friends, styling your family members, people that you know. This isn't to necessarily showcase your work. I mean, you can use that as an opportunity to do so, but it's really just to get confident with styling a variety of different body shapes, styling people of different ages, different age groups, and just getting acclimated with that. You can do mock styling sessions. So when I say mock, I mean like you may not get paid for it. It just may be a free type of trial, but it's a way for you to practice. It's a way for you to practice how you're going to conduct your styling sessions, how you're going to, work with your clients. Like, how are you going to make that work? What processes are you going to take them through? When you practice, you're able to just see how it's going to work, and when you go through the processes multiple times, you can understand, like, okay, well, I don't want to do this, but I'll do that. Or I think I want to do this instead versus doing that. You can even record yourself and watch the recording of the mock session. So that way you can go back and watch it and see how you want to make it better the next time. You can build sample lookbooks. I know I used to do this a lot when I first started styling. There was this styling app called dang, what was it called? Polyboard. So on Polyboard, you could basically put together different outfits, and post them and share them on wherever, social media, on your blog, on your website. I know back then, this was 2013, so I was sharing them on my Instagram, but I was also sharing them on my blog as well. And I didn't really know too much about affiliate linking back then. I don't even really think that was really a thing back then, to be honest with you. But now, when you're creating your lookbooks, you can literally link them. You can create linkable lookbooks where you can earn money off of it. People don't even have to purchase the actual lookbook, they can just shop it for free. Anybody can get access to it. So you can start by doing that. You can also restyle your own closet, which is something I'm doing currently. So I actually started a series called Inside My Capsule, where I'm taking my audience, my followers through my capsule wardrobe and the journey of me building a capsule wardrobe that I love. And each week, it just happens to be on Fridays. It wasn't something I planned, but it just so happened to be that. But each Friday of, well, literally I posted the episode 3 today. So I started 3 weeks ago. So each Friday, no particular time, I'm sharing a curated Instagram reel, or just reel in general, because I put it on all my social media platforms. I'm sharing an Instagram reel where I'm walking people through, the different parts of the capsule wardrobe and how I see a capsule wardrobe and what I believe the capsule wardrobe is, and just how I think as a stylist, what I know, and just share my expertise. And as a expert, as someone who's wanting to become an expert, as someone who is growing to become an expert, you have to share your expertise. You have to tell people and show people what you know. There is no right or wrong when it comes to being a personal stylist. Like, whatever you believe in is whatever you believe in. Whatever you believe in is what you should be standing firm in. But in order for people to grasp your concepts and your theories, you have to share them. You have to talk about them. So whether you're restyling your closet or curating lookbooks or doing mock styling sessions, that's going to give you the opportunity to really practice your craft and make sure that that your messaging aligns with your beliefs, that your expertise is getting better and better as you continue to grow and build. But you have to practice. So moving on to number 2, and let me actually turn my bye y'all. I was recording for my blog, so I wanted to turn my camera off because otherwise my camera would have been on for the next 20 minutes. But moving on to number 2, another way to build your confidence as a personal stylist in 2026 is to keep learning. There is no such thing as knowing everything, or there is no such thing as, being at reaching your, I wouldn't even say reaching your peak. I don't really even know how to describe it, but I guess like I guess that's how you would say it, reaching your peak. There's no cap. when it comes to being an entrepreneur, there's always something new that you can learn. And that's how you build your confidence. Learning new things, but also making sure that you really, really know the things that you are offering. You really, really know the things that you talk about. Like you're really, really good at it. So, for example, I focus on body shapes. So, for me, I created my own body shapes and I have an ebook that breaks down what each of those body shapes are. I show my clients how to take their measurements to determine what their body shape is and then the styles that best flatter their shape. So, in order for me to get really confident in teaching my clients about their body shapes and about my body shapes that I created, I have to keep learning about it. I have to keep saying it over and over again. I have to keep talking about it over and over again so that when I'm explaining it to someone, it like just comes out extremely easy. It comes out smoothly because I'm extremely I really, really know what I'm talking about when it comes to the body shapes because I created them. I know how to describe them. I know how to determine them. I know I can look at someone and say, okay, I believe that this is your body shape because I know for a fact, how each of my body shapes are created and made. And that's what builds your confidence, really understanding what it is that you're talking about. If you're not clear on whatever topic you're speaking on, if you're not clear on whatever um, type of styling advice you're providing, then you're not going to be confident. And if you're not confident, then people aren't going to trust you. They're not going to want to invest in you. They're not going to want to spend money and value your expertise because you don't really seem like you know what you're talking about. So it's so important to keep learning and to keep teaching yourself, even when you feel like you know everything. Keep reviewing, keep refreshing your memory, keep making sure that you know these things. And I'm speaking to myself too because I haven't really studied too much of my body shapes. Like, I know what they are, I know what they're called, I know how to determine them, but I should know, like, I should know every single aspect of my body shapes. And there are some things that I don't fully know about it. So it's so important to keep studying. Some other things that you can learn um, when it comes to being a stylist and a confident stylist is really understanding fabrics, how they move, how they wash, how to care for them. What are synthetic fabrics versus, the actual real fabrics? Learning garment construction, studying personal brands of not just yourself, but other people as well, other people that you aspire to be, or even the personal brands of your clients, studying them so that way you can have a better understanding of how to properly serve and style them as a client of yours. It's so many things that you can learn, even down to really learning business. This is why I created Project Style University because so many stylists are, or at the time, and still are, wanting to be in the fashion industry, wanting to be stylists, wanting to, learn fashion and work in fashion, but they don't understand the business side of things. They're used to doing things on the side or just doing contracted work, which is a part of running a business, but they just don't see it. A lot of people don't see being a stylist as a real life business. People see it as like a creative thing. And creatives have to make money. Regardless of what you do in whatever industry you're in, the goal is to educate and make an impact. But with that, you also want to make money, right? So, in order to make money, you have to treat your craft like a business. And if you're not treating it like a business, then you're not necessarily going to make the money and see the fruits of the labor that you are putting out there. So keep learning how to run your business like a business. Keep investing in courses, whether it be business courses, whether it be fashion courses, whether it be styling courses. Invest in coaches, invest in mentorships, books, go to different events, just keep learning about your craft. So that way you'll be more confident when you transition into being that expert that you aspire to be. So, moving on to experimenting with new ideas. So, number three, 5 ways to build confidence as a personal stylist in 2026 is to experiment. Try new things. The world is constantly changing. We as people are constantly changing. Our wants and our needs are constantly changing. So, as a business owner, as an entrepreneur, you have to be open to trying new things when it comes to your style and also when it comes to how you run your business. I know right now for me, I am actually adding a new offer to my business and it's still styling, but instead of me, offering a service that I typically would offer from like a business to client standpoint, now I'm creating an offer that is from business to business. And it's an exciting thing because it's new for me. I get excited over new things. I don't know about y'all, but I easily get bored. So when it gets to a point where I want to try something new, I'm excited because it's something I've never done before. It's something I've never tried before. And I just get like this very strong desire to do this thing. And I believe that it's faith led. I believe that it's God led, and I'm thankful for that. But it can also be scary trying and experimenting with new ideas because you haven't done it before. You haven't tried it before. It's something that may not even have been done at all by anybody. So it's like, okay, you are out here doing something that you've never done before and trying to get people to see the value in it. When in fact, you may or may not even believe that it's valuable just yet because it hasn't been done. So you have to get comfortable with experimenting with new things. You have to get comfortable with trying new things and giving it an opportunity to work. I'm gonna take a drink of water because as y'all hear, my voice is cracking. Oh, excuse me. So, back to experimenting with new ideas. You have to give things an opportunity to work. I know a lot of business owners, a lot of entrepreneurs, even to this day, you'll try something and you'll try it for a couple of weeks and you don't see the results that you have expected to see by now. And you just quit. You move on to something else. You stop, you stop doing it. And I look, I'm talking to myself too, because there are points in times where I want to try something new. I get excited about it. I execute, and the the results don't line up with what I thought it was going to be. And it's scary and it's also very frustrating because you put so much time into trying something new, you put so much thought, so much energy into it, and you put it out there and it doesn't land. It doesn't fully hit the way that you expected it to. So you feel as though, okay, well, maybe this isn't something I should be doing. Maybe this is something that, is not right for right now, but that's not the case. That's not always the case. Sometimes you just need to keep doing it. Sometimes it takes a while for people to catch on to things. And sometimes, you just have to build up the momentum. Even with these live segments, I was going live consistently for months, I want to say. I think on Tuesdays, I was going live on LinkedIn for my personal styling brand in business. And on Thursdays, I was going live on here for Project Style University. And I was doing that for months, really expecting to gain clients, expecting to gain traction. And although I've gained some traction, and, was able to remain consistent, I didn't really get any clients from going live or doing those things. But if I were to have kept going, maybe if I didn't take a break, maybe I would have gotten a client. So it really just depends on what it is. But regardless, you have to have faith in yourself. You have to have faith in the process, and you have to know that, you know, things don't happen overnight. You have to give it an opportunity to work. And that's why it's so important to be passionate about what you do. Because if passion isn't driving you, if love isn't driving you, if just the love for the craft isn't driving you, then your drive is going to be based on results, but the wrong results. Maybe your drive is based on money. Maybe your drive is based on likes or certain views. And that's not how it should be. If you really, really love this styling thing, if you really love being a stylist and working in the fashion industry, your motivation has to come from your why. You have to have a real reason as to why you're doing this. Not just because of money, not just because of likes, not just because of the success of being in the role, but to make an impact, to really, help people. That's really what it boils down to. So if you're not in this industry because you don't want to help people, you don't want to make an impact, you don't have a true passion for this, then this might be the wrong industry for you, because it's not going to be extremely easy in the beginning. It's not. Some people wake up and are successful on paper. They have all the followers. They are able to monetize everything, and it just works for them. But others, we have a more challenging journey, or even just a different path that we're put on that, may not look like everybody else's. So it's so important. So back to experimenting with new ideas. Um, let's see, doing things that you have not done. So going live. I had not gone live in a while. So not to say that this is a new idea, but this is something that I'm revisiting. You can even consider revisiting things that you've done in the past and doing it again and seeing how it lands, how it hits. Hosting an event, hosting a workshop. Maybe that's something new that you have not done in your business yet, and you want to see, how it works. You want to see what you can do, what you can talk about, what people are interested in hearing you teach and talk about. It's so many different things. Trying a new pricing structure. So I don't know about y'all, but I'm not afraid to charge my worth. I'm not afraid to charge my worth. I think the biggest thing is really attracting the right type of clients who are ready to invest in what I have to offer. But needless to say, I'm not afraid to charge my worth. But maybe some of you are, and I get that. It can be scary, especially if you're new to the industry. So consider raising your prices. Consider experimenting with a new pricing structure and see how that works for you. See what you attract. See what types of clients you attract. Style a body shape or body type that you're unfamiliar with. You have to push yourself out of your comfort zone in order to be successful in any industry as an entrepreneur, as a business owner. You have to push yourself. I get that it's important to stay in your lane, but sometimes it's also important to try some different things outside of your lane to see what you are capable of, see how far you can go, see how much you can stretch yourself. It's so much that we can do as human beings that we sometimes get overwhelmed with all the things that we are capable of doing. Sometimes we see other people doing what we want to do and we're like, oh, it's oversaturated. Everybody's doing that thing. But don't think like that. You know how many bread companies there are? You know how many coffee companies there are? Like doing the same thing. But they all have their own clientele. They all have their own very specific target audience that goes to them to get exactly what they need. So broaden your horizons, open up your mind a little bit, a lot of it when it comes to being successful in this industry. Another way to build confidence as a personal stylist in 2026 is to ask for feedback. Ask for feedback. Ask for feedback. I don't know why I can't talk. Ask for feedback. Get some constructive criticism on your work, on how you provide your service, on um, the offers that you have, on your pricing. But I will say, take it like a grain of salt and also be mindful of who you are asking feedback from. There are people who aren't really qualified to give feedback, people who have never been in this industry before, people who don't work in this industry, but maybe they don't run a business, people who, how else? People who don't know anything about anything regarding a business, regarding anything. Now, I don't want to, I was trying to be mindful of how I wanted to say that, because sometimes you can get a lot of great and insightful help from experts who don't work in the styling industry. A lot of the people that I ask for help from and who I ask for feedback from, they don't do what I do, but they are industry experts. They are professionals. They either run a business or they work a 9 to 5. They have some type of understanding of what a good business, what a good offer looks like. And they also have invested in other industry experts and have invested in service providers who do great work. So I ask those individuals because they have the type of feedback that I'm looking for. They truly understand what a luxury service should and shouldn't look like because they've paid for luxury services. They've invested in luxury services. So be very mindful about who you ask feedback from. And if you haven't gotten to the point where you could discern who those types of people are, then also it's important for you to take things like a grain of salt. Have tough skin. Don't take everything personal. Everything is not personal to you. Everything is not personal to whatever. It's important to just hear people out and to hear different perspectives. Now, some people, they may not give you the best perspective, but other people will. So that's why it's important to take things like a grain of salt, because just because someone's providing you feedback doesn't mean you have to take it. But also, just because someone's providing you feedback doesn't mean you have to take it and execute right away. Give it some time, think on it, pray on it, and make sure that what that person is suggesting is really aligned with you and the direction that you want to go into. Here's some questions you can ask. Ask clients what they love the most about working with you. I always ask clients that. Like, what was your favorite part? Can you rate your favorite part of this experience? One being the least and five being the highest. Like, rate me. Let me know. Would you refer me to other people? Would you come back? Ask what could have been clearer. Ask if there are some parts of the experience that they didn't understand. Ask if there's anything about your offers that they didn't understand or that wasn't clear. Ask what made them feel confident after working with you. After reviewing the deliverable that you provided for them, after looking over the lookbook, after listening to the audio, after watching the video, ask them if it helped them to feel more confident in their styling abilities or in their themselves in general. Ask your peers for constructive insight. You can ask other stylists, like I said. You can ask other stylists, no matter their level. And that's the thing about this entrepreneurship thing, this journey thing, or even this thing called life. Because there was a point in time where, you know, I thought that I knew everything. And I wanted to be around people who knew more than me, which is great. But then you can also learn from people, which I've learned over the years. You can also learn from people who may not know more than you, who may just be starting in the industry or may haven't started at all. You can learn from anybody. You can learn from a child. So it's so important to be open minded when it comes to this feedback thing. Feedback really helps you to see your blind spots, and it helps you to get a different perspective on what you can do better, how you can make your experiences better, and all the things. So, last but not least, the fifth way to build your confidence as a personal stylist in 2026, and this is in no way in any particular sequence, but remember why you started. I hit on this earlier as far as being confident and being successful in this industry. Your passion, your drive has to be fueled by passion. Your drive has to be fueled by passion. It has to be fueled by your why. Why are you doing this? Why did you get started? What impact do you want to make? How do you want to help people? All of this is so important because it helps you to be confident. When right in front of you, you see things not going the way that you want them to go. Maybe you don't have any clients right now. Maybe you don't have a ton of money in the bank right now. Maybe you aren't really making money in your business, wherever you are in your journey. When things like that happen, those are the things that would stop the average person from pursuing their career and pursuing their business. But we're not average over here. Those are just little hiccups that happen to any business owner. But you keep going and you stay consistent because you love what you do. You love what you do so much that you would do it for free. You love what you do so much that you're going to keep going because you know people need what it is that you have to offer. You know people are yearning to find you. They're looking for you. And they just haven't found you yet. They just haven't found you yet. So it's so important to remember why you started. Why did I start? So my why has actually shifted and changed over the years. I've been doing this for almost 13 years. So for me, my why initially was, to style people and help them to look good, help them to put outfits together, help them to, you know, help them to, or teach them how to shop, teach them where to shop, like all of these things, all of these surface level things, help people to curate, wardrobes that make sense for them, similar to what I talk about now. But what I talk about now is a lot deeper than the surface level stuff that I started with. And that was my why. My why now is to create generational wealth for my family. My why now is to be the first generation business owner in my family and to create something that is long lasting and sustainable. My why now is to make an impact in the styling industry and shift the way people see style, shift the way people see stylists, and get people to understand and value what it is that we have to offer. Those are just some of my whys. Another why is to shift the way women see themselves in general when it comes to their bodies. I want women to feel positive. I want women to feel good about their bodies, regardless of their size, because the size will change. But the way you feel about yourself should not. The way you see yourself should not. I want to help women to feel more confident in themselves. I want to help stylists to feel more confident in their crafts. I want to essentially save the world with capsule wardrobes because they're sustainable. Stop buying stuff you don't need and wear what you already have. You have clothes at home, boo. I have so many different whys now that I've been in this industry for so long. So remember what your why is. And if you can't remember what it is, maybe it's changed. Maybe it's changed. You didn't choose this industry randomly. You chose it because you felt pulled. You felt led to join this industry, to be a part of the fashion world because you saw something that was missing, or you saw something that could have been better, or you wanted to create a better atmosphere for people when it comes to fashion. Because the fashion industry can be very cutthroat, very dark, very harsh. And I'm not like that. I don't create environments like that. I don't aspire to create environments like that. I want to create my own lane. I have created my own lane. So you have to go back to that version of yourself when you first started, because that version will change and evolve over time. When business feels slow, comparison creeps in, or doubt gets loud. So you have to remember your why. Your why is bigger than your fear. So that's all I got for y'all. That is all I got for y'all. When it comes to the 5 ways to build confidence as a personal stylist, we have remember your why you started. We have ask for feedback, ask for help, and also ask for feedback. Experiment with new ideas, push yourself out of your comfort zone. Keep learning, keep growing. And last but not least, practice your craft because practice makes perfect in your own eyes. So I hope that y'all enjoyed this live segment. Like I said, I'm going to record a whole video about this. So that's what I'm about to do right now. But I appreciate y'all for tuning in. If you want to know more about Project Style University, I'll be linking it in the caption or the description. If you want to become a member of the Hey Stylist community, it's completely free. Please just click the link in the description box. That will also be there as well. And if you have any questions or any comments that you want to add to this topic of conversation, do not hesitate to drop them below as well. And I'll see y'all next time. Bye.